Okay, TikTok. I've taken like a 2-month hiatus off. So come with me to Walmart and Aldi and let's catch up. So I took off a few months from TikTok, YouTube, all of the things. Kind of had a lot going on, a lot of stressful stuff happening. And to be very honest, I wasn't going to share any of this on here, but I feel like maybe some people can relate to what I'm going through. So I'm going to just share a little bit of why I've been kind of MIA. So around Easter time, when I was just about 4 months postpartum, I started getting violently sick. I started to realize after a couple weeks that it was mostly after I would eat something. But after removing all kinds of things out of my diet that I thought was triggering it and still having absolutely no relief whatsoever, I made some doctor's appointments with my regular doctor. She ended up running a bunch of blood work and a lot of it came back pretty inconclusive, but my hormones were all over the place. My eosinophils were through the roof so high, so obviously something was going on. She did a full panel of food sensitivities, and then that came back again through the roof. So she sent me to an allergist. Also in that blood work, I guess I tested positive for alpha-gal, which I had no idea I even had. I'm not a big beef and milk drinker as it is, but that was super unexpected. And then I went to the allergist, which was more blood work, more testing, all of this stuff. And basically what they found is I'm allergic to 100 different food items, which came as kind of a surprise, came out of nowhere. I'm allergic to things that 0.01% of the population are not allergic to. And again, came out of nowhere. I can't have chicken, I can't have turkey, wheat, almonds, hazelnut, peanuts, egg whites, which is a weird one. And again, my alpha-gal came back positive, which is super weird. So I basically removed 100 million things from my diet. I lost about 17 pounds, no lie. And although most of those issues have resolved with taking basically everything out of my diet, I still don't feel good. I still feel there's something else going on. I don't know. The allergist did say that I guess postpartum hormone changes, different things can happen. But this definitely does not seem normal. I've never heard of anything like this happening before to anybody I know, to where you're postpartum and then all of a sudden your histamines in your body go crazy and you become allergic to basically everything. So again, it's been rough over here. We were building a house in the process. I was 4 months postpartum. I had a 2.5-year-old. It was super hard, honestly. We had a lot of family stuff going on. So this time in my life was definitely not the easiest. So I'm wondering maybe some stress, some hormone changes and whatever have probably all contributed to this. And I haven't added anything back into my diet yet because, to be honest with you, I am so scared. I do not want to be that violently sick ever again in my life. So I'm super curious if anybody has heard of this happening or if it's happened to you or something similar. Drop in the comments below and tell me your story because I feel sometimes I'm going absolutely crazy. This stuff really does only happen to me, doesn't it? I don't know. Thanks for watching.